me ask that question again. What can we say now about sound causing vibration?
Oh, when you push these,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes out of the speaker, it gets so loud that the salt goes like.
It's like the air is like hitting it up and then it goes back down, but then the air actually can't get through this.
Okay. What is the sound doing to the salt, guys?
This.
Go ahead, Mabel.
It's the more you
So,
go
hold on.
the more you go to the middle of the keyboard, the higher it jumps.
Okay. So when the salt jumps, let's stop, please. So when the salt jumps, how is that like what you see here?
It's like that jumping.
It's
Okay.
jumping,
And what do we call this?
Vibration.
Okay. So what's the salt doing?
Vibrating.
vibrating.
Okay. So now, Lincoln and Mabel, you both said something about different parts of the keyboard. So let's start thinking about some things we can test. So what's one thing we could test to see how it affects the salt jumping?
We could do the lowest part and the highest part.
Okay. So we could go low pitch. Low pitch
Low pitch is on the left.
versus high pitch.
Medium.
Well, yeah. We could do low, medium, and high. Now hold on. What else could we test? Everybody, look up here. Hands off of the stuff, please. What else could we test besides the different pitches?
Which keys cause which movement?
Okay.
Yeah, I think
What else could we change other than the different keys?
we could change the kind of sound.
We could, but we're not going to get into that because it's pretty complex. What else could we change besides the different keys?
Wait, could you slide this because it looks like there are more keys this way?
There are, but that would still be higher versus lower. And I can show you how to do that. But you're still talking about pitch.
Okay.
Like when you play the piano, you can play the different keys, but you can also play loud and soft. How could we test loudness?
Is there a volume button on this?
It's an iPad. Of course
Oh,
there is. You
yeah.
can turn it up and down. So what's another thing we could test?
The softness and loudness.
Soft versus loud.
Like you could turn it up.
Okay, so now hold on a second. How are we going to keep? So one of the things that scientists do when they're investigating things is they keep track of their observations. First of all, why do scientists keep track of their observations? Lincoln.
They want to know what happened for the low pitch versus the high pitch.
Okay. Why else? Catch and Mabel. Why did scientists keep track of their observations? Catch.
So they can use them.
Well, what do you mean by use them?
Like see if they're right and stuff.
Okay. Go ahead, Mabel.
So they can know which one they think is better.
Okay. Who might scientists share their observations with?
Musicians.
Say it again.
Musicians.
Okay. Who else might scientists share their observations with? Mabel?
People who just do stuff with sound.
Okay. Lincoln?
Inventors.
Okay. Why might scientists share their observations with other scientists? Cash?
Well, so they can so more than one scientist can use the observation and see and work together.
Okay. That's interesting. Why do you think it's important for scientists to work together, guys? Lincoln?
Because then more than one person can test, and then they can see if they get the same results.
Okay. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. You can do both of those, but I want you to pick one of them to start with. And when you're on your paper, I want you to draw what you see. So let's draw a line down the middle of your paper. Label one side, like if you're going to do low versus high pitch, or soft versus loud. So draw me a picture of low versus high, or soft versus loud. So once you have your paper set up, show me, and then you can start your investigation. I'll get you pencils.
Some of them
Once
are.
you have your paper set up, show me, and then you can start your investigation. right, so while they're setting up their paper, what questions do you all have for me so far?
I totally agree with them. It just seems like a big dance party.
Notice how when they got so caught up in what the salt was doing, they weren't thinking about it in terms of vibration. So rather than just saying we call that vibration, I scaffolded back to the ruler where they had already called that vibration and asked them to think about how is the ruler, what the ruler's doing, jumping back and forth. How is that like what you're seeing with the salt? And what did we call what the ruler was doing? And so what is the salt doing? And so that kind of connecting back, rather than just giving them the word again, because I knew they knew it. I went back to a previous experience, especially because it's so easy to go back to, and then built back up to connect to the new experience.
Perfect. Yeah, that was a perfect scale.
I see why now using the actual ruler made more sense than the video.
Oh, yeah.
Because now you could go back.
Yep.
Huge.
Well, and it's just, and that they can see it for themselves.
Absolutely.
I didn't know it would be that obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other thoughts or questions do you have at this point?
I like to. Oh,
Sorry, Chris, go ahead.
I liked how you scaffold them, like they were getting. I can't remember if they understood high pitch, low pitch, and then you got into the loud, soft. They kind of got stuck there, but you helped them.
Yeah, well, and I almost had to say it to them, right? I had to say, on a piano, we can say, hey, I need to look at your papers before you can do that.
That's for management.
I have to, I had to tell them, like, on a piano, we can play different pitches, like you said, but we can also play loud and soft. But as soon as I gave them that piece of information, I said, how could we investigate loud and soft? And so, like, you give them a little bit of information, you ask them to reflect on it, or you ask them to use it somehow. So, all right, well, I'm gonna go back at it.
Good.
So, write down your questions if you have more.
This would be my speaker. This is the
Okay, label them.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna do soft versus loud, huh? Okay. So, Mabel, you can go ahead and go.
I'm wrong with tiny pieces of salt.
And how are you gonna show what they do differently?
Well, by like maybe making arrows if they go up and down. If they go up and down.
Okay, cool.
Jump up and
All right, go ahead, Link. You can start.
Okay. Can you show me how to do the thing? That way I can get to the.
Oh, do you want to do high notes? So
Yeah.
see this thing?
Yeah.
I'm doing
You
high
just gotta
note.
grab it, and so that's the
I'm
highest.
doing high pitch.
That's the
Low
lowest.
pitch.
Got it.
Yeah, so you're doing high pitch, low pitch?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. If you want to start your investigation, you can. What is this? Oh, that's the speaker. Nice. Hey, buddy, since this one's so big, let's just leave it on the table. Thank you. Now, let's try to add some more salt, see what we see.